Look, Lil Durk, third bail attempt, denied. Look, the man was offering $1 million in cash. His label was gonna pay $1 million and $700,000 in property. Denied. He don't go to court to June 3rd. They denied this motherfucker before he even walked in the door, bro. Let me tell it. Drop it in the comments. I know niggas gonna hate that, but the people have already responded. He's not on trial for his musical lyrics. They say he directed, orchestrated, and financed a brazen murder plot. You know what I mean? Look, bro, these people are literally laughing behind the scenes and balling up the smallest little toilet paper for him. Crocodile tears, bro. Yeah, they say you did it, man. I'm obliged to believe this man might spend the rest of his life in prison. There ain't no laughing matter, but shit. Ha ha, it was funny when he was doing it. Shit, it's cool when they do it, right? Bad when I do it. Fuck it. And I'm not even no BBL finesse fan. But I gotta admit, he was on to something with that. Yeah, he was on something with that. You know, if it's funny for them to smoke Tuka, I just got that little thing, bro, where I just laugh at awkward times, like the Joker. Excuse me, but yeah, I don't mean nothing by it, but I think they got him. You drop it in the comments. Yeah, I think they got him. Murder plot. Bro, you don't get away with shit. This is the real world. It's gonna be something like Minority Report in the future. Meaning they gonna catch your dumb ass before you even commit the goddamn crime. Yeah, it's so goddamn stupid, bro. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from Look, Electronica supposed to be righteous than a motherfucker, bro. Supposed to be righteous as a motherfucker, but this man admitted to being best friends with Diddy. On Exhibit C, he say, Puff called me every hour on the dot, like, when you gonna drop that shit, nigga, you're taking long. Look, 10, 15 some odd years ago, I would have thought he was talking about some music, but considering Jet Electronica don't never drop no motherfucking music, bro, I'm obliged to believe Diddy was talking about them underwear, them drawers, you know what I mean? Real shit, that nigga from the Noya too, like, man, you don't never know what these guys are on. Now, Jay-Z said they wasn't his brother. Well, look, bro, before any of the world even knew about Jet Electronica, he was already rapping about Puff. There's some love there. There's some brotherly love there. Jet Electronica, come out and talk about that, bro, because you was always talking about Puff. When he gonna drop that shit, nigga, you're taking long. Why the fuck was you so cool with Puff? And you supposed to be so righteous, close to, next to God. You know what I mean? Real shit, you supposed to be next to God, fam. You knew all the evils that man was putting into the world. And why would he be calling you every hour on a dot? Come on, man. Had to be some truth to it. You wrote it. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Jay Electronica, because I did like him. I did like him. But when you grow up and you start looking at, man, come on, it's just a normal guy. You know what I mean? Just on top of that, he was best friends with Puff. I'm obliged to believe that anybody Puff was fucking with, he was fucking with. Point blank, period. Drop it in the comments. This same shit Biggie was talking about years ago. Sexing you while your man masturbates. Scars from the playground, man. This shit here, this shit here getting out of fucking control. Look, Megan Thee Stallion throwing shots at Tory Lanez. Look, she say, bro, she's done with this shit. How long are y'all gonna make it like she's lying? She say, Tory, you shot me. 1 minute, they say she stepped on glass. Next minute, no, she was shot, just not by him. She said, ain't no way that man didn't get on the stand and even deny it, fam. That's what a lot of people don't understand. It wasn't that he was just not snitching. He didn't say he didn't do it, fam. Miss me with the bullshit. Oh, I guess Canada's better. We wouldn't have said shit, man. Miss me with that. That shit kept. When it comes to hurting a woman or them kids, a nigga ain't gonna agree to it. Now, if you didn't hit a lick with somebody or it was something about something like that, but when it comes to violence on a woman and a child, You don't agree to that. The niggas are waiting on you in prison to make you a fucking victim, you fucking idiot. Drop it in the comments, man. You niggas are stupid. Shout out Meg the Stallion. The nigga shot her in the feet. Dance, bitch, dance. It was something like a movie. Everybody was drunk. Should have got up there and said you didn't do it had you not done it. You know what I mean? Now a nigga obliged to believe the victims. Unfortunately, my nigga, after getting 14 times, you know what I mean? All on, you know what I mean? Yeah, who wouldn't want to get out that motherfucker? Now you see it's just prison. Drop it in the comments, man. Squash from the play. Look, Daylyt dropped the Joy Badass diss track, fam. Look, and I can't hold you this up. And and word is born. Now look, this shit though, bro. He hit Joy with a low one. He's a long way from that cookie crisp guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Daylyt be rapping like a motherfucker. His pen is mighty, mighty, mighty. But he say, bro, if niggas knew what niggas knew about you, I'd jump off a bridge too. If y'all don't know, he talking about Capital Steeds. Allegedly jumped off a bridge at 19, ended his own motherfucking life. Look, bro, I thought it was low blow. It was a tribute, bro. That's legendary. I just gotta be honest. I just gotta be real. But Joy Badass got at him. You know what I mean? Yeah, Joy Badass say, I would say I'm gonna get your ass. But you probably like it. You know what I mean? Which is a dope too, but Daylyt surprised me. Surprised the fuck out of me. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. I ain't no hater. I'm gonna congratulate it. When I hear it, I know what it sounds like. Point blank, period. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Shout out Joy Badass. Cause he's swinging bike. He's swinging bike. He got Loaded Lux on that motherfucker. You know what I mean? And yeah, Loaded Lux, my guy. He a better battle rapper though. If we just being honest, being real. Loaded Lux is a better battle rapper. Nigga don't want to hear him on a motherfucking song. You know what I mean? Real shit, but Loaded Lux is my guy. But nigga don't want to hear him on no motherfucking record. Point blank, period. So Joy Badass fighting back, but that Daylyt shit was harder. Point blank, period. And that Ray Vaughn shit was harder. You know what I mean? Real shit, nigga. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. It ain't about what you think you liking because you decoding the lyrics, bro. It's about what sounds good. Yeah, it was about what sounds good. It got to be fly, too. You know what I mean? It can't just be lyrical. That's what Joy Badass get wrong, bro, because he's not a commercial success. He don't know how it's supposed to sound despite making some of the best hip-hop records that has ever been made. You know what I mean? Point rap records. Let's not say hip-hop, because that's the way. He ain't got the sound, bro. Point blank, period. He can go. He could spit when it comes to just some straight freestyling shit. But when it comes to battling niggas that make songs, he ain't ready for that, bro. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Look, Diddy charged Cassie $20,000 for her relationship with Kid Cudi. For her sneaking around, he wanted her to pay a recoupment fee for fucking with him. You know, as if blowing up that man's car wasn't a fucking enough. He wanted $20,000. He didn't just want it from Cassie. He wanted her parents to pay that. If they wouldn't have paid that, he would have released a freak off tape that would have really held her career in shambles. Well, if you ask me, bro, her career been held in shambles anyway. What has she made other than that? Just me and you. And I don't make it, I ain't gonna make it. What has she made other than that, bro? If she had it, she would have had it to show. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. That was Diddy's song. Real shit. Look, shout out to Cassie. I ain't laughing at her. You know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't laughing at her. But if we being honest, fam, like, what was he really holding over her head, bro? Like, if you had it, you could have easily went somewhere else. Point blank, period. Now, is Diddy a monster? Hell, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? But just don't, oh, I'm going to show this tape, it's going to ruin your career. Your career was ruined from the start. Point blank, period. It was ruined from the start of it. And Kid Cudi, nigga didn't even know Miss Cudi was doing all that. Yeah, nigga didn't know Miss Cudi was doing all that. Kid Cudi, you's a fool, boy. Yeah, you's a fool. Over there breaking up happy homes. I see you. Nigga getting his car blew up and all type of other shit like that. That's a different type of lifestyle. You know what I mean? Shout out Kid Miss Cudi. You know what I mean? Shout out that boy. Cause nigga didn't even know he was on some gigolo shit this whole time. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, DDG responds to Soulja Boy celebrity boxing request. Soulja Boy say he gonna beat them brakes off of him. You know what I mean? It's ready to take the dogs out of retirement. Soulja Boy ain't been in a fight since he was in about grade 9. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. I seen when they roughed his ass up when he went to Fruit Town. Nigga, you ain't from here. You know, nigga had to cut the camera. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Well, look, DDG say this nigga on another heroin rant. He needs help. Look, Soulja Boy might need a little help, bro. He got to be crazy as a motherfucker for coming out and even talking about somebody over domestic abuse when he was beating the shit out of Neil Riley. Look, I'ma say it every chance I get. Why? Because he been a hypocrite. Irks me. Yeah, it irks me when niggas are hypocrites. But I think DDG will beat the brakes off of him. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. If they gave Flycat, Zach, or Cody Red, that's them Island boys. If they gave them a chance, a swing at old Soulja Boy, I think either one of them, knock Soulja Boy, Big Draco, Soulja Man, knock Soulja Man the fuck out. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Soulja Boy ain't got nothing, bro. He ain't got nothing. Even Charleston White wasn't scared to Mason. Yeah, shit, bro. A lot of people be like, bro, of course he's not scared. He got the mace. If you in, I ain't gonna even say that. Let's not say insert and all them other type words. Let's not say that. Instill. If you instill fear, enough fear into your enemy, they'll even be scared to spray mace. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Nigga be spraying that mace and running down the street like a track star. Nigga already ready to, you thought you got me, didn't you? Bitches. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. This is all about excitement, enjoyment for me, bro. I just find my way to the lads. If you want to be like walk around this bitch like it's a stick up your motherfucking ass. Look, I done seen enough of those types. Point blank period, I done seen enough of those types, and this platform might not be for you. Yeah, it might not be for the people, by the people, to the people. You know what I mean? Real shit. I'm Mr. Universal, bro. I have never been like you motherfuckers anyway. The ones that think, oh, he looks like me, but he's a goofy. Bitch, you a goofy. You know what I mean? Your mama's a goofy. Matter of fact, why don't you go twirl on a toothpick, you punk ass nigga, pass it to your mama, let her twirl on it, then pass it to your grandmother and let her twirl on that motherfucker, then pick your teeth with it, hoe ass nigga. I hope this message finds all my motherfucking haters. Point blank period. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Gene Deal will testify against Diddy. Look, everybody seen Gene Deal limping into that courthouse a couple days ago. He was subpoenaed. Well, look here. He's going to tell them about the Kurt Burrows situation, where Diddy allegedly made that man sign over his rights to that company with baseball bats. On top of that, bro, he going to say how he feel that Diddy poisoned. Drop it in the comments, man. We ain't even saying her name. Fuck it. I'm going to say it, bro. Kim Porter. I really said that because I couldn't remember her name. But since we back on subject, yeah, he going to say he poisoned her and had something to do with that. He probably going to go ahead and talk about the baby daddy situation, too. What's his name? Drop it in the comments. I said that because I forgot his name for a second, too, bro. Sometimes these dudes ain't as important as you think. You know what I mean? I can't even... I'll be sure. Yeah, that's his name. Now we getting somewhere. Bro, I got so much on my motherfucking mind. I hate that this has become the news every motherfucking day, but they have infected the algorithm, so we must speak on him. You know what I mean? But yeah, Gene Deal will testify against Diddy. Gene Deal, you need to be in a cell right next to him. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. I ain't tell no lies. Yeah, I didn't tell no lies. You know what I mean? Death Row Records. Don't like Snoop whatsoever, but I like what he's doing with the brand. I gotta be honest. I gotta be real. You know what I mean? Real shit. Snoop is a coward, a punk ass bitch. But He doing some shit with the clothes, the music part of it. I don't know what the fuck he's doing with Death Row. Danny Boy say that man gave him a baddies chain, fake ass baddies chain, and really didn't even sign him. Drop it in the comments, man. This ain't about Snoop though. Scars from the play. Look, Smoke Ghost Perk throwing shots at A$AP Rocky. Yeah, he throwing shots at A$AP Rocky. He said A$AP Rocky once invited him to a Diddy party in 2011. He said, what year I don't see you? He said, look, I'm right here. He said he looked down, A$AP Rocky was in the pool rubbing a man's ass. And it's a real picture to that. And on top of that, he said he fucked him. A$AP Rocky was like, pull my hair, pull my braids or some shit. You know what I mean? On top of that, he said A$AP Rocky got him blacklisted just to keep his motherfucking secret. He stopped hanging with him because he didn't tell him about his homosexual down low ways. Allegedly, he's the one that wrote Goldie, Pretty Flacco, Keep It G, like the list goes on, bro. But it's some of Rocky's best songs. You say Rocky even stole his what he say? Hieroglyphics? Yeah, drop it in the comments, man. I don't know about this shit. Why would I be lying? Why the fuck would I be lying? But everybody know Rocky was gay. A lot of people gonna say, bro, how is he gay? He got kids and a wife. Look, my little cousin daddy is gay. He gay as hell. You know what I mean? Wasn't, obviously, maybe he was in the closet at first, but this happens. One of my other cousins, we seen his daddy paint nails one time, sitting on the floor, sprout out, painting toenails. This is just shit that happens. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, like, why? How can he have kids? It shit happens every day, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. If you know the truth about old A$AP and the whole fucking game, you know there's some fruity things going on. You can look at Relly. You can look at Relly and tell. Relly, 2-3 years, Relly gonna be trans, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. A$AP Nas not too far behind you. You know? Rocky either. Once one thing go wrong, bro, with Rihanna, Rocky gonna lead, and Rihanna gonna be more masculine. He's gonna be more feminine. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business. Big